What's up everybody, welcome to Movieverse. So before I start, I would like to inform all Marvel fans that this video is not about accusing Marvel Studios for copying it from Harry Potter saga or JK Rowling copying it all from Marvel Comics. I hope you guys have heard that great minds think alike. And it's just a coincidence that both movies have few concepts in common. Did you guys find this scene similar to Harry Potter movies? Or am I the only one? Did you also found some coincidental similarities between Avengers Infinity Saga and Harry Potter Saga which concluded back in 2011, almost a decade before Avengers Infinity War and Endgame happened? If yes, then get ready to witness 14 reminiscing concepts or scenes which only a fan of both franchises could have spotted. But before that, please make sure to subscribe Movieverse and hit the bell icon for staying updated on awesome videos like this. So let's roll. Both franchises, be it Harry Potter or Infinity Saga, focal point of both franchises were collecting magical objects. For instance, last two parts of Harry Potter were focused on collecting Horcruxes, in which fragments of soul of Voldemort were hidden. And similarly, Avengers Infinity War and Endgame was all about collecting Infinity Stones. So being a fan of both franchises, my brain could not ignore this. If you have seen both franchises, then you simply cannot ignore this scene. This scene is so much similar to the scene when Voldemort uses the killing curse on Harry Potter. And soon after that, we see Harry Potter meeting Dumbledore in a place which I'm sure is a soul world or maybe heaven, which is very similar to Avengers Soul World scene. And what makes this scene more similar is that both Harry Potter and Thanos were not dead, and yet they were shown in Soul World meeting people who were dead already. When Tony Stark and Scott Lang were trying to steal Tesseract in New York 2012 in Avengers Endgame, where Tony Stark was disguised as security guard. This scene is so much resembling to the scene from Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, where Harry, Ron and Hermione went to Gringotts to steal Horcrux. And just like Tony Stark, here Ron is disguised. And in the end of both scenes, one character escapes with very important object, which was Griphook escaping with Sword of Gryffindor in Harry Potter, and Loki escaping with Tesseract in Endgame. Remember how Voldemort used to get inside Harry Potter's mind? And in Deathly Hallows Part 2, Voldemort read Harry Potter's mind and gets to know about Harry hunting Horcruxes to kill him. Similarly, Thanos read Nebula's brain, and through it he also comes to know about Avengers' plan of collecting Infinity Stones. By the way, this scene also reminds me of Dumbledore Pensive, where he used to watch his or anyone's memories. However, one needs to extract memories first from a particular person's brain. I don't even have to explain it in brief. When Thanos' army attacked Wakanda in Infinity War, the protective energy shield which was spread across whole Wakanda was very much similar to the protective layer which was spread over Hogwarts in Deathly Hallows Part 2. Even the damage done by both protective shields was same. Why I'm calling Doctor Strange Dumbledore? I'll tell you why. As we all know, Dumbledore knew Harry Potter will be the main person in stopping Wrath of Voldemort and ultimately killing him. And Dumbledore also knew that Harry will have to die, but he did not disclose it to Harry Potter. In the same manner, Doctor Strange knew that Tony Stark was the key to kill Thanos. He was also aware that Tony will have to die to make everything back to normal, thanks to his 14,605 visions. And just like Dumbledore, Doctor Strange did not tell Tony Stark about his future. Before we move further, I would like you to subscribe Movieverse and hit the bell icon for staying updated on awesome videos like this. One more thing which I found same in both movies is the amount of Infinity Stones, which is 6. Similarly, Voldemort also made 6 Horcruxes, though one more Horcrux was made unintentionally, which was Harry Potter. But 6 Infinity Stones, 6 Horcruxes, isn't it strange? This scene is the most familiar than the other scenes. In both the movies, villains died in the same style. I mean, no wounds, no fatal injury, nothing. Both Voldemort and Thanos turned into ashes immediately after dying. No fan can ignore the similarities between both scenes. It's not any scene that I'm talking about. Actually, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2 were originally intended to be released as one movie. But due to so many details in the book, if one were to keep the movie as a whole, it would be too long. That's why makers decided to split it in two parts. Similarly, Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame was going to be a single movie. But story was so big to show in a single movie, that's why we got two movies back to back. Both the characters were the main heroes of their franchises. If carefully noticed, you will find that Tony Stark and Harry Potter had so many things in common. For instance, Tony Stark's parents were also murdered. And both Tony and Harry were the only child. I mean, they didn't have any siblings. Tony Stark's parents also left riches for him, just like Harry Potter parents. Tony's wife Pepper also fought along him in war against evil, just like Harry and Ginny fought together in Battle of Hogwarts. Tony Stark and Harry Potter both were ready to sacrifice themselves to save the world from evil forces of darkness, and both were the main key in defeating their respective villains. For any Potterhead, Tony Stark was the incarnation of Harry Potter, or vice versa. In both franchises, villains were after some magical objects which would have made them invincible, and both the villains wanted it for killing innocent people. These magical objects were Deathly Hallows, comprising of Elder Wand, Resurrection Stone and the Cloak of Invisibility in Harry Potter Saga, and Infinity Gauntlet in Avengers Story Arc. All 6 Infinity Stones and Deathly Hallows were not much powerful if individually used. In order to be invincible, one has to collect all Hallows or Infinity Stones, which we saw in Infinity War when Thanos snapped and killed the half-universe. Both Voldemort and Thanos were killed earlier, but they again came back to life from death to fight heroes. In Harry Potter, Peter Pettigrew helped Voldy to come back to life again. And in Endgame, Nebula's faulty memory unit was the reason that Thanos again came back to fight Avengers from the alternate timeline. And this time with the more evil ideas. Seems like villains got more spare lives than our heroes. Though Endgame was all about traveling back in time in scientific ways, but Hermione traveled back in time with the use of magical time turner in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Thanks to Professor McGonagall, who gave time turner to Hermione. Harry Potter and Hermione travel back in time to save Buckbeak and Sirius Black with the help of time turner. This scene was the best scene in Avengers Endgame, all thanks to Doctor Strange and team. But wait, did Doctor Strange went to Hogwarts? Cause Dumbledore and Hermione used it in Harry Potter movies so many times. Yes guys, in Harry Potter movies these portals were called apparitions. Both portal and apparitions have the same use, which is instant transportation from one location to another without traversing the space in between. Maybe different names in both franchises, but both concepts are same. So these were the 14 concepts of Infinity Saga which reminded us of Harry Potter Saga. I hope you would also agree. And if yes, please like this video and subscribe Movieverse and hit the bell icon for staying updated on awesome videos like this.